Namaste, hello, and welcome back to another video on the Metaphysical Library. My name is Awhona, and in today's video, I'm going to share a book review about one of the books which I recently completed, which is a fantasy fiction called A Court of Dragons by Frost K. So do please join me further in this video. So now let's come down to the book itself. Now this was a fantastic read for me, and I enjoyed reading every minute of this book. Now this was recommended by Courtney from the Book Nook Corner, and this was part of the Dragon Book Club as well, which is also run by Courtney. So I'll leave a link to Courtney's video in the description box below, as well as in the overhead cards above. And I was also reading this particular book for Dragonathon, which is the readathon that I'm currently participating in, as well as it was another read for me in the July bingo board for the Bookworm Alley book club. So coming to the main plot of this particular book, this book introduces two very different but fantastic worlds. So the first world is that of the Dragon Isles. As the name suggests, there are dragons on this particular island, and this island was peculiarly formed by the emissions of the black lava from the underwater sea volcanoes, because of which it becomes very rich in black diamonds. So the mining of black diamonds takes place extensively, and it is one of the major trading commodities, because black diamonds are rare, of course, in all the kingdoms. So therefore, and it's very expensive, which makes the Dragon Isles very prosperous. Also, the Dragon Isles is strategically placed and it is a controller of all the trading routes. So whoever is the ruler of the Dragon Isles will control all the trading routes to every other kingdom which is trying to trade on the other side of the world. So that makes the ruler of Dragon Isles very powerful, and this is King Oswald. Now King Oswald has an adopted daughter who is Princess Wren, and his wife, who is Queen Annika. Now, Queen Annika is not an original inhabitant of the Dragon Isles. She is an elf, so from the Elven Kingdom of Valanti, which is our second world. Now, Valanti is a very prosperous kingdom, but it is full of corruption because the King Sorin, who rules the kingdom of Valanti, is supposed to be a very corrupt, shrewd, as well as a dominating king who tries to try and grab onto every kingdom that he thinks is profitable for him. He's extremely ambitious, and he does not really care about ethics. The only ethic that he follows is that he has to tame everything which is wild, and it has to be brought down under his rule. So that is the only rule that is followed, because of which many people know King Sorin as a barbarian. Now, King Sorin is also followed by one of his chief sons, who is popularly known as the Beast of a Prince, and this is Prince Eric, who will be associated with our main protagonist, who is Princess Wren. Now, Princess Wren is supposed to be engaged to Rowan, who is supposed to be the first mate of the the captain of the naval of the navy of the Dragon Isles. So he's a very important person, and they have known each other since they were very young. So obviously they are very comfortable with each other, and marriage is something which was imminent between them. However, on the on their wedding day, they are attacked. The Dragon Isles is attacked by Prince Eric, who is the beast elf prince and a dark elf, and he attacks on the wedding day because he knows everybody will be busy with the wedding festivities, etc. He attacks and he takes over and he kills the entire family. So the royal family, that is. So Princess Wren sees her entire family killed in front of her. She somehow manages to save her younger sister, who is the true heir of the throne. Her name is Britta, but she is so young that probably there are very few people who actually know of her existence outside the Dragon Isles. So, however, she finally manages to save her baby sister and tries to hide her existence, and she tries to go and seek revenge with the dragon army, which is commanded by one of the dragon captains, but unfortunately they are perished because the Elven Kingdom and the Elven Navy are very strong. They have very good technology, which even the Kingdom of Dragon Isles could not comprehend, and therefore it leads to the capture of Princess Wren in this particular story. Now the story follows from here, with Princess Wren being taken as a prisoner of war and presented before King Sorin, and King Sorin is supposed to wed her because, as per the rules of the Kingdom of Valanti, whenever the Kingdom of Valanti wins over any kingdom or over any other kingdom, the most important women in that particular kingdom are supposed to become the wives of King Sorin and join the 100 wives which King Sorin already has. However, Princess Wren is a fiery warrior princess, and to try and reward his son, Prince Eric, King Sorin rewards Prince Eric to take Princess Wren as his wife. So Princess Wren is given a choice whether she wants to give up her life, or because the kingdom is anyway in the hands of King Sorin, so she won't have a rule in it. She won't have any choice in ruling her own kingdom. So she might as well either end her life, or she would probably or possibly try and get married to the beast prince, or the dark elf prince, Prince Eric. So because Princess Wren wanted to get back to her people and try and find a way in which she could try and seize the kingdom for herself as well as for the true heir, which is her sister Britta, she agrees to marry Princess Eric, and it is a marriage which begins with enmity. However, there is hatred as well as there is equal force of attraction between the two, because Princess Wren is a fiery princess, and by nature she's a warrior princess, which is unheard of in the kingdom of Volante, because in the kingdom of Volante women are supposed to be absolutely meek, and they do not have any power, and they definitely do not pick up any weapons. So their only part is in becoming elegant as well as pleasing for the men, and taking care of that which is dealing with the domestic side of their lives. However, this is the first princess whom they have seen who is a warrior, and she rides dragons, which has been witnessed by Prince Eric when he was trying to fight her as well during the battle which had pursued earlier. And Prince Eric is quite eager to take her as his wife, but he is also watching her as a hawk, because she can try and attack him at any point of time. Now, the other mysterious fact about Prince Eric's life is that whenever he has tried to get married, which has happened thrice before, his bride has been murdered on the very first night. So he never got an opportunity to know his actual bride. So this time he tries to ensure that this particular princess, which is his fourth bride, does not get murdered. So there's a lot which happens, and he somehow catches the killer, but he cannot recognize who the killer is. And also there is a time when Princess Wren spends some time in the prison cell as well, because she's absolutely atrocious, and she is behaving atrociously because she cannot stand the fact that she's been humiliated and she has not been brought up in a submissive way. So, and she is being tamed, as would be the term used by the elves of Volante. But that is something, that conflict is something which is very interesting. So I absolutely love the way in which it was written. There's a lot which goes on as well, and then the entire story and the plot revolves around how Prince Eric as well as Princess Wren, whether they get together or they cannot get together, whether they can accept each other, because it is actually a plot where enemies turn into lovers, but how do they turn into lovers, or do they really turn into lovers? So, and the basic goal of Princess Wren is to somehow get back to the Dragon Isles, save her younger sister whom she has hidden, and whom the Elven Kingdom do not know is the true heir. They all believe that Princess Wren is the only surviving heir to the Dragon Isles. So therefore she is supposed to be in possession of the Elven. She is supposed to be possessed by the Elven Kingdom, as well as she is supposed to be tamed by Prince Eric. So that is the whole scenario which takes place over there. So it's a wonderfully written book. I absolutely loved it, and I would definitely suggest, in case if you would like to pick up this book, do please pick it up, and I'm waiting for the second in the series, which will be released very soon. So those are a few of my thoughts on this book. Do let me know what you think about them. If you did find the plot interesting, if you would be picking up this book, do let me know all about it in the comment section below. I will be joining you next week with another video. So till then, take care, have a good reading week ahead, and namaste.